Just why?
I was 4. So
Oh
I was
God.
actually at the game, but I don't remember.
Yeah, you were wasted by the fourth inning.
No, I was a little kid at the time, so like I
Little,
don't really
little
remember
out.
stuff.
Probably sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 16 and I don't know, socially awkward or whatever. But but yeah, I don't know. I just like I said, I was definitely a Pedro guy, and thank goodness we won it in '04 while he was still here. But anyway, injury note: Christian Vazquez on the DL, so that kind of complicates whatever plans they had for Swihart, unless they're just going to go with a scrap heap guy. If they still intend to trade him, but he's going to get more reps one way or the other here, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, all the Team Sandy Leone people, like 90% of Red Sox Nation at this point, get what they want. We get more Sandy.
Yeah, that's what I want. Tyler, who are you a fan of catching? Do you like Christian or are you a Sandy guy?
You know what? Honestly, I like the tandem. I like Leon for some of the guys, and I like Vazquez for some of the guys. Although, I like Vazquez. I think with the contract, though, I think he's supposed to be a lot better defender than he's been this year. And, we got accustomed to him being a really good defender. I think his defense has slipped a little bit this year. I don't think he's been as good behind the plate.
Yeah, so he echoes basically all of our opinions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like them both, honestly. That's my answer.
I want Sandy catching 3 out of the 5 games anyway, and I would take him all day, any day in a Game 7.
Or a one-game wild card.
Or a one-game wild card. Any clinching game, a go or go home type game, he's my guy.
I just got off the Christian wagon and jumped on Sandy.
Yeah. And he's a solid defender, too. I mean, I think he's got a very good glove, very good arm as well. So, very underrated. It's just kind of weird.
The bat's hot, though.
And the bat as well. And just from a pure power standpoint, I think he's better. Christian bloops a lot of them, and hey, whatever if he's getting on base, but Sandy can mash, on a given at bat, and I like that.
I just hate sometimes when Sandy gives away at bats. Like 3 curveballs in the dirt, and he chases all 3 of them. It's like, oh my God, come on.
And you can tell after the first pitch if it's going to be one of those at bats.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
He looks uninterested.
Yep.
Or just impatient. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Do we know how long? Did they give a timetable on him, Christian?
Is it 15? I think they put him on the 15.
10-day DL.
10?
But it's going to be
there
more.
There is no 15-day DL anymore.
It's going to be more than the minimum, though, I would think.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely go longer than the 10 days.
Yeah. Let me, I'll try to pull that
BJ,
up.
though. They put BJ on DL, too.
Yeah, and I was just going to get to that because that does kind of hurt our depth a little bit. And Vazquez seems to be pretty solid in a long relief situation, but I just feel like 5 or 6 innings might be asking a lot of him. And he did go on the DL earlier in the year, so.
That and they moved your boy Austin Maddox to the 60.
Yeah, and did he have another setback?
I have no idea when it comes to that one.
I think they were just starting to ramp up his rehab, so I don't know if moving him to the 60 was just a matter of convenience because they can retroactively go back that far, or...
Well, I think the way I read it, it was for a roster spot, basically.
Yeah. So maybe that doesn't really speak to what his timetable is. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on Vazquez, just that he is in fact on on the deal. I'll just have to keep a close eye on that. But isn't it like so ironic? Because like 2 months ago, we're like, wow, this is the most depth we've ever seen. We should trade one of them for someone. And then here we are in July, and we're like, okay, Hector Vazquez is the only option. It's like, I mean, they could call up Jalen Beeks again, I guess, but
yeah,
but you're a little thin at this point. And your boy Austin, Drew Pomerantz, gave up 4 home runs in a single inning recently. So
yeah, he bundied it, like just straight up.
Yeah,
Dylan bundied it. It was all right.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? This is a walk year, so it's
hopefully they let him walk.
Right. Yeah, and I think they will. I mean, we got too much tied up with other pending free agents. Yeah. Tyler, where are you on Kimbrel? Do you want him, are you hopeful that the Red Sox will give him a Chapman deal, or should he just walk?
Well, if he walks, you have a real problem because you don't have anyone to replace him. And I haven't looked at the free agents coming up this year, but I would venture to guess that none of the guys even come close to what Kimbrel is. So, I mean, the Red Sox have backed themselves into a corner, man. They don't have prospects to come up and fill those holes. And then, they've kind of backed themselves into a corner in a financial situation as well. However, they will have some, as long as they don't go over the $237 million luxury tax or the double luxury tax, they'll be okay, next year to sign him. They do need to sign him, I believe. I don't know if he's going to get the Chapman deal, but he's going to get something similar to that. And you got to be very careful what you do with closers because they fall off a cliff. And I know he's a generational talent closer, and I know all of that, but you know how it is with closers. They lose it, and they lose it fast.
Well, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. I think the fact that these closers are getting paid this much money is absolutely asinine. There's not an arm in baseball that's worth the Chapman deal to pitch 1 inning a game.
And he's injured, isn't he? Didn't something just happen to him? Chapman.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yep, he left the game yesterday.
Yeah. Yep. And I guess I didn't realize that Bellinger has only given up 2 hits in the last 16 innings. Or did I get that right? I said Bellinger, didn't I?
Yeah.
Betances, Dylan Betances.
I was assuming Dylan. I was like,
yeah.
What?
It's late. Sorry. Yeah. I mean, another third baseman threw a perfect inning earlier this year, Sandoval. But I did mean Betances. So I mean, he's got the ship righted, and the Yankees have some pretty good depth in that bullpen. I mean, ideally, obviously, Chapman would be healthy, but who knows? And with Kimbrel, the jury is kind of still out. I'm not a Kimbrel guy, and I have some serious concerns about his ability to handle high pressure situations. I hate how he's finicky and can't seem to pitch at all. Suddenly he becomes I can't think of a bad example. Daniel Bard would be too extreme of an example.
He goes through stretches to where he looks like he's about to give up a game, and then he doesn't. He has to test it a little bit.
But then there's the non-save situations, though, where he's just absolutely terrible. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get at. And he's a borderline heart attack closer at times. So I guess, I mean...
You could...
Or go ahead.
I was just going to say, you can tell when he's on and when he's not.
Right.
When he's on, he's unhittable. There's nobody that can touch him when he's on.
Absolutely.
Except for if someone picks out a fastball and they just jump him.
Yeah, if that
like
fastball
happened
doesn't
last
move,
year.
he's screwed.
Yep.
Chris Saunders pointed out a stat to me probably about a month ago where, like, all but literally just a few of his strikeouts have come on anything but a fastball. Like, his fastball is his strikeout pitch, and he doesn't typically do it with his off speed. So,
well, no, he throws those high in the zone fastballs that are basically in people's eyes.
Yeah, the rising
It's
fastball.
the hardest pitch in baseball to lay off.
Right, and that's how he gets him out. And eventually, you just wonder if dudes are going to start laying off on that, and and then it's going to be ball 3, ball 4. So
you think that, but it's been the hardest pitch in baseball to hit for 100 years now. Like, nobody's ever been able to lay off of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just would rather see some off-speed strikeouts happening. I think it would keep the hitters off balance a little bit more. So
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying I wouldn't not want to see it, but
yeah,
it's just the way he functions.
Thornburg.
I'll tell you what, the way he throws the fastball, if he throws that change, or not the change up, but the the knuckle curve or whatever it is that he throws, if he throws that off speed pitch, he's going to screw someone into the ground, because they're so committed to that fastball. That breaking ball comes, you're just swinging. It doesn't matter where it is.
True. And with another reliever today, Tyler Thornburg, Cora seemed to go like all out John Farrell on him and just really short leash. So do you think they're just trying to protect him? They just don't want him to get knocked around, or like...
Yeah, protect the dude's confidence.
Yeah, that must be it. And the other night, I guess he gave up a run, but that was because Mookie probably should have played that ball on a hop rather than try diving for it when it wasn't realistic for him to come up with that ball. And that turned a single into a triple, did it?
Yeah, Lucas did a triple, I think.
Yeah, and then the run came in. So I don't think he's as bad as what the box score showed that night, but today it seemed like they definitely had him on a short leash. But
it's just protecting his confidence, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't look into that too much.
Yeah, and this is a good month for him to kind of try to
absolutely
break back in as well. Yeah.
He's going to have another good series to break back in the next one.
Yeah. And
the one after that.
And the one after that.
And the one after those. Yeah.
Everybody up until Philly.
Right. And who knows? I mean, it's almost a lifetime between now and that Philly series. Who's to say they're not more, trending towards 500 or whatever by that point. I think Atlanta's going to win that division.
Dave and I have been saying it for a while now that the Nationals need to sell.
Yeah, oh yeah. Especially, definitely Harper, if they really think they're not going to compete. And then, I don't know, I mean, does Murphy have any value after having that micro fracture surgery or whatever?
Somebody needs a hitting second baseman, then yeah.
Yeah. Do you think he could convert...
Boston Red Sox do.
Yeah.
True.
There's like so many. There's a couple better options at second base is the problem with Murphy. Like, you have Whit Merrifield and you have Starlin Castro.
Yep.
If those two come off the board, then maybe Murphy's an option. But I think those two are easily better options. Merrifield being the best option of those two.
Merrifield's going to get the Royals a lot.
Well, he's got 4 years
he's
beyond
gonna pull
this.
it a lot.
Yeah. He's not a rental, in other words.
Yeah, you're not only
and they don't have to trade him either.
No, he could be a building block.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a long build, though. I mean, he's basically going to spend the next 5 years of his career not winning championships, on that team.
We're not competing for championships.
Yeah.